Hey there, it's Brian Goulet, the Goulet Pen Company and InkNouveau.com. Today's video is going to be fairly quick, but it's going to be to show you how to get the most ink into your TWSBI Vac700 as possible. Now, why specifically the Vac700? It's because it's a vacuum filling pen. It's kind of different from most of the other pens I've seen, and probably you too. So let me go ahead and show you my technique for getting the most ink into your pen as possible. Alright, here I have the TWSBI Vac700. It's a vacuum filling pen. I have another video on this pen that you may have seen already. It's the one where I dance. You should probably watch it. It's kind of funny. But anyway, this is a vacuum filling pen, which is something kind of unusual. And because of that, it does have a special technique that you can use when filling it. Now, the way that this thing fills is you submerse the nib completely underneath the water or the ink. I'm using clear water in this case, but you just insert it in there and then you pull up on the rod. You can see the plunger moves up, and as I'm pushing it down, the thing is vacuuming, it's pressurizing, and then it drops off at the last second and it sucks ink up into the pen. Now you can do this a couple of times to try and get a decent amount of ink in there, but you can see even as I'm doing it multiple times that there's still this big air bubble in the top here. Now, as I'm filling it here, you're getting about 1.5 milliliters into this pen, which is a pretty good volume of ink. It's about 3 times what you're going to get with a normal cartridge converter pen. So it's really not too shabby. But if you want to get the absolute most into this pen as possible, there is a technique. It's a little bit dangerous, so you have to kind of live life on the edge. Basically, what you do is you flip your pen upside down, kind of shake a little bit, get that air bubble at the top. Now that I have that air bubble at the top, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that plunger back down all the way, and then I'm going to firmly hold on to the pen with my front fingers here, and I'm going to push the back of the piston with my hand. Now, as I'm doing this, you can see the water level rising up here, and it's going to get to the point where it starts to bubble up out of the nib a little bit there. Okay, that's where I want to stop what I'm doing, because if I go any further, I'm going to spew ink all over my hands. So keeping it right where it is, I'm using my hand to hold the back there and hold it firmly in place. Keeping it where it is just like that, I just take it and dunk it in the water again and then push it the rest of the way. Bam! Now you can see there is no there's no water left in there. So let me show you the difference between the two filling that you're going to get. I'll empty it out, just doing a normal fill of maybe a couple of things here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and empty out what I've got here into this vial. Okay, so I've got about, milliliter and a half, something like that, with this single fill. So using my special technique, and you can see after you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. But the risk of spilling ink everywhere is pretty high if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, and then dumping the rest. The difference that I got between the two is about just like that. So whether or not it's worth the risk for you to do that is totally up to you, but that is the technique, and that's the difference that it can make when you get a full fill out of your Vac700. Now imagine you can use this technique for, a Pilot Custom 823, several Visconti, pens that have these vacuum filling mechanisms as well. Pretty much anything with a vacuum filling mechanism is going to work the same way. I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email at brian@gouletpens.com. Thanks for watching, and right on!